Hare Krishna. So I haven't made a Bhagavad Gita series video in quite some time, so I thought I would do that. So this is a very well-known verse. It is chapter 9, verse 26, and it goes like this. Patram pushpam palam doyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti uparatam ashnami prayata atmanaha. And the translation is, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about how he mainly focuses on that Krishna is asking for these particular things. Krishna will accept fruit, water, etc. Krishna will not accept like meat, fish, eggs, things of that nature. So with that in mind, we now know what we can offer to Krishna. But the most important part of this entire verse is that if one offers me with love and devotion, because bhakti uparatam means offered in devotion, we need to realize that even though a leaf, a flower, fruit, water are not extremely extravagant items, like we're not talking like huge preparations of yogurt and ghee served on a gold platter of smeared with sandalwood paste and all this greatness. Krishna is not saying that that stuff is necessary. He's saying that this is simple stuff. Fruit, water. I mean, this stuff is easy. But the thing is, it's with love, and therefore that love offering means more than the grand offerings of something without love. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 27, verse 18, Krishna says, even very opulent presentations do not satisfy me if they are offered by non-devotees, but I am pleased by any insignificant offering made by my loving devotees. And I am certainly most pleased when nice presentations of fragrant oil, incense, flowers, and palatable foods are offered with love. So again, the with love thing is coming up. But how beautiful is it when he says, like, even the most opulent presentations of offerings offered by somebody who doesn't do it with love, they mean nothing. It has to be done with love, then it means something. And sometimes we think that what Krishna wants is this beautiful offerings, so we come to Krishna with this like heap of food and we start singing or dancing or chanting or whatever we do, and we're doing it, but we're only doing it on the outside because our mind is so all over the place and we're not actually thinking about the fact that we have to connect with Krishna before we can actually offer something with love and actually have it be accepted and be worth something. What is the use of offering something and going through all this preparation when your mind is so distracted that you can't even do it with love? So the point is, what Krishna wants more than beautiful offerings is the offering of your heart, your true love and devotion, raw worship. And what I mean by that is, if you are upset and if there's something on your mind, if there's something that's constantly blocking you while you're trying to chant or do whatever you're doing, you have to tell Krishna, because Krishna already knows. You know, it's kind of like a relationship, like a material relationship, for example. You know, if you know your partner is struggling with something, but they don't know you know, so they're trying to hide it from you, and they come to you and they put on a happy face and they're like trying to just make you happy by pretending to be happy. Do you think that's going to make you happy? It's not. So in the same way, Krishna knows when you're struggling, and he knows it's fake when you come to him with all this stuff, but yet your mind is still all over the place because you're struggling. You may be feeling separation, but you don't really try to get it back because you're not expressing it. You're not fed up with the separation. You're tolerating the separation. But what you have to do is you have to not tolerate it. Krishna doesn't want you to tolerate his separation. So what you have to do, even if it doesn't sound pretty, even if it's not going to be the most beautiful offering, you have to pour out your heart. You have to just pour it out. Sometimes I'll come to Krishna and I'll be so fed up, I'll be trying to sing. I'll offer something, but it doesn't ever feel good enough because I know that I'm not all there. You know, I can make Krishna something really good to eat, and then I can bring fruits and light incense and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this is really beautiful, but I'm such a mess. I mean, this is clean, this is beautiful, but I'm a mess. So what's the use? What will Krishna think of this? You know? So sometimes I just have to cry to Krishna, and I have to say, you know what? I'm not going to put up with this separation anymore. I don't want anything of this world anymore. I don't want to be distracted. I just want you, Krishna. And sometimes I'll just lay there trying to express it because I know that there's something heavy on me that it's making me unable to connect. And the beautiful thing is I know that that's a blessing from Krishna, because Krishna lets me go through these struggles. He lets all his devotees go through these struggles so that they can come to him with boldness and so they can cling to him. If Krishna just let you be content with being separate from him, then you would never connect with him, and therefore you wouldn't even have the goal of life. The goal of life is to be in love with Krishna and to have devotion to Krishna, and that is the very goal of life. And the only way you can do that is if you have that personal connection with him. And the only way you can have that personal connection with him is if you are real with him. I mean, forget about the outside of what you're offering and start thinking about the inside of what you're offering. Because Krishna wants your love. You could offer him your entire house. You could offer them the entire world. But what use is that if you don't have love for him? So the other night when I was worshiping Krishna, and I was feeling, like I said, the separation, and it was sad, and I felt like really strong, as if Krishna was saying that my not tolerating the separation from Krishna is actually arising from him not tolerating the separation from me. So he lets you feel the pain so you do not tolerate his separation, because he doesn't want to tolerate separation from you. Krishna doesn't like to be separate from you. He doesn't like to know that his devotee that he loves so much found perfect bliss in him and now is turning away and getting upset about the world. So sometimes he'll make it so you're numb to the world, and therefore sometimes you get numb and you just feel like you have no joy in this world, and sometimes it can be really a sad feeling. But it's Krishna's blessing upon you to make you numb to the world so that you can wake up and realize that he is the only true joy. So he doesn't want, he's only doing it because he loves you. I really found the meaning of this verse when I was suffering and Krishna made it clear. That verse plays out when we are on our knees crying to him. That verse plays out when we have nothing else to lose or gain, and we just come to him with just our raw feelings, and we say, you can have it all, Krishna, because there's nothing else in this world that I desire. I want you and you alone. That's love and devotion. And therefore, he wants to accept your worship, but he can't accept it if you don't do it with love. So he has to put you through these struggles so you can offer with love. Because sometimes we can't even focus until we're in so much pain that we are crying out to him. Otherwise, we just tolerate it. We tolerate the pain, we tolerate the separation, we just do these mundane offerings. We're just like, yep, here it is, we do our day-to-day business, and it gets stale. Eventually it gets stale, and we're doing the same thing over and over, and it means nothing until we no longer tolerate not feeling that closeness. That closeness is our gateway to offering him worship with love. Because if we don't have that gateway to love, then the offering doesn't really mean anything. So Krishna wants our worship to be accepted, and he wants our worship to be meaningful, and he wants us to offer our true worship, our hearts, our everything. In a material relationship, you don't want to hide things to be respectful. You say it like it is, and you want to be open and honest, and Krishna wants your honesty more than he wants your beautiful offerings and your fake smiles. So this verse really does show that sometimes the pain is necessary. Thanks for watching. Hare Krishna.